from the Nebraska State Legislature.
A bill on property taxes has advanced past the first 3 rounds of voting. LB 243 and its Amendment 977 would increase the amount of state property tax credits handed out. It would cap spending increases of no more than 3% of a school district's annual revenue growth, and community colleges would be funded through the state instead of through property taxes as they are right now.